Hi, my name is Bobby Angel with Ascension Presents. I want to talk to you today about overcoming perfectionism and use a line from English writer G.K. Chesterton, which has become one of my favorite little quips here. It's actually on the desktop of my computer, and that's, if a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing badly. If a thing is worth doing, it's worth doing badly. Now, I grew up very much perfectionist, chasing the A. If I got less than an A on a test or assignment, I had shame my family. And I would gravitate away from things that I was not good at. So with sports, anything that involved catching a ball, throwing a ball, any kind of coordination involving a ball, I was not great at. I was really good at running from point A to point B. I did track, I did swimming. I could get away from danger really quickly, but coordination not so much. And so I just would stop kind of volunteering or going out for some of these sports because I didn't want to look bad. I didn't want to be imperfect. But if you go through life never going outside your comfort zone, that can lead to a life of really you're missing out on a lot of opportunities just because I don't want to break this facade of perfection. Sometimes the anxiety of looking less than perfect, again, holds us back from key opportunities, from learning moments, from risks that we all need to take as a part of growing up, of asking a girl on a date, of putting yourself forward into a job interview, of checking out a field of study or work that maybe you don't have any skill sets, and so you never start. But part of the clarity will come from the action and from the doing. You have to risk looking kind of foolish to get started. You have to be an amateur before you can ever be a professional. There's a writer and a friend I know that he just cranks out blogs and articles, and he's like, I just write stuff, and I don't even check for spelling. I don't check for grammar, and that's like, ugh. For me, it's like it must be perfect as soon as it hits the Word document. And so he's kind of just go at it, and maybe I'll spell check later. It will be bottled up inside of me, and that really does a disservice not only to myself, but what does God want to do with me? How am I holding back the gifts and talents and everything I have from the world if I'm just kind of trying to keep up this perfect facade, whether that's online, whether that's, again, face to face at a softball game, whatever it is. Okay, so doing something badly is not an excuse to just live a life of never improving or mediocrity or just making mistakes and I'm going to do it badly. It's not what it's saying. It's saying, like, if this is worth doing, if this thing is worth doing, go do it, because it's never going to be perfect. And if you're waiting for the perfect conditions, it's never going to happen. If again, as a writer, the house needs to be completely silent, and the ambiance needs to be correct, and the moon must be in a total eclipse, it's not going to happen. It's going to be imperfect. And you have to be okay with that, especially if you struggle with perfectionism. You have to be okay with it being imperfect. And then even in evangelizing, even in spreading the gospel, there's a temptation to compare ourselves to others. Well, I'm not that speaker, or I'm not that writer. And even I've struggled with, Fulton Sheen has said this already, John Paul II said it already, Chesterton has said it already, what do I have to contribute to the conversation? But again, it's holding back who you are. Like, yeah, they wrote it for specific audiences, but guess what? Chesterton he's tough for a lot of the modern reader. Like, his way of writing is not so easy for a lot of people nowadays, but they may read you. They may listen to you. They may hear you. You may be the way that they can leapfrog to Fulton Sheen, Chesterton, to maybe actually opening the Bible themselves, but we all have a part to play, and that's going to be imperfect. As a parent, I delight when my children fail, when they go for some physical activity, when they're building a giant Lego mountain, when we're going for something and they fail, they screw up. Because I see, like, they're putting themselves out there, they're trying new things, they're learning. Like, as a dad, I delight in that. And I'm not so concerned with they did it perfectly, but the fact that they're doing it, they're trying new things. And I think we have to see, like, God sees that too in us. Like, he doesn't just want this, like, to sit in a corner, I'm only going to do the things I'm perfect at, and that will somehow please God, that will somehow protect me from the world. It's like, no, like, God's a father who delights in us putting ourselves out there in in taking risk, in doing things again, doing things badly. Like, he delights in that because we're getting into the game. In Matthew 5, verse 48, Christ says, "Therefore be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect." And I think as a kid, I heard that. I'm like, oh, that's a tough bar. And maybe I heard that again as a perfectionistic way of understanding it. But again, he's talking about loving your enemies and really like be complete. Like, be complete as I am complete. Like, love everyone. And that means everyone, not just the people you like, not just the people in your bubble of friends. Be perfect, be complete, love everyone as I am perfect. Now, we're all striving. The greatest saints all fell short, whether, again, pre-conversion, post-conversion, we're all on the way. Christ gives us the graces necessary to grow in and grow towards perfection. But we have to be humble and say, on this side of the heavenly veil, we're all works in progress. We're all going to do things badly. It doesn't mean we shouldn't do them. So my challenge to you is today, do something badly. And whether that's ask a girl out, whether that's dance badly, write something that's imperfect, evangelize, talk to someone about Jesus, and know that it's not maybe going to be this perfectly eloquent, greatest speech ever known to man, but that's okay because you're doing it. And God will take that and bless the fruit that comes out of that. If the thing is worth doing, do it badly. From all of us at Ascension Presents, God bless.